good morning. It is Sunday morning, and I am having brunch with Winnie. So I'm just sitting on the floor having brunch with my dog. I just groomed her, and I literally made a corgi-sized pile of fur. She's looking more streamlined, but even though I just groomed her, you can still... Oh, why am I doing that? Stupid me, I have an open yogurt on the ground. I'm pulling dog hair out, so I'm not too bright. But I just want to say hi to start the day, and we're gonna head to the barn in hopefully 10-15 minutes or so. So I'll say hi from the car. I hope you're doing well, and I will see you soon. Okay, bye. Well, good morning again. We are barn bound, and I'm excited. I love that about it. You know, driving to the barn, you never know who's gonna be there, what's gonna happen, how things will unfold, but it's always dynamic and it's always fun. I processed one of the pictures I shot, or one of the images I shot last night, and it was okay. It's really easy to attach sentiment to t-shirts, and I wear them when I'm thinking about people. So for instance, yesterday I had the blue t-shirt on that was from the county line in Austin. That made me think of my wife's dad and his wife. We would go to the county line together and get barbecue, and it's something I really enjoyed, and I don't know that I will get to do that again. And that makes me a little sad. So wearing that shirt just makes me think of them, and you know, in whatever way, it's just sort of honoring them. And you know, this shirt, I think I've told you before, my friend John, he actually gave my wife, but it fit me better, so it's mine. Most of my t-shirts have some sort of sentiment attached to them. I ordered a couple from threadless.com because I was like, I need some more t-shirts, and I don't wear them. I mean, they're cool, there's no meaning attached to them. So I've one with an owl, and I've worn it a couple times, but it doesn't make me feel anything. So that's kind of bad as t-shirts wear out, because then you're like I get why people wear old t-shirt, whatever concert, 2005, because it has meaning. Like if they went to that show and it was a good show and they bought the shirt, even when it's in tatters, it still means something. That's kind of happening to me. Like as I look through my shirt drawer, I have fewer and fewer nice looking shirts. I think I need to start making some new memories. I used to have this feeling of if I went to a concert and it was especially good, I'd buy a shirt, and that would be like the keepsake from it. But I don't go to shows as much. And I would say, I think a lot of it was I didn't go to as many shows because she wasn't into going to shows the same way. You know, big arena shows, she didn't seem to enjoy. Like, I would put things out there and it wouldn't be at all enthusiastically reciprocated. You know, I'd be like, oh, this band's coming to town. I'd be like, yeah. It's kind of hard to get excited to go when you have to inject all the energy into it. Whereas I really tried to be enthusiastic for most anything she put out there. And I was thinking about that last night too. I keep thinking about seeing my wife, and fairly certain that she saw me. And if she had been at all, I don't know what the word is. I want to say decent, but I don't think that's the word. If she had been mature, I feel like we both know that each other were there. So I wasn't going to run up to the truck and be like, hi. But if she had been, no, I'm struggling to say something that isn't true. What makes me sad on her behalf is that the dog was there. And if she had been civil or let me know she was going to be at the barn or done anything like that, which she didn't, I could have arranged for her to see her dog, or arranged for her to see the dog, my dog, which she has indicated in the past that she would like. So little did she know that she passed, 30 feet from her dog when she drove out. And that makes me, see, this is probably my weakness or softness, but that makes me sad for her. It's one of those like missed connections. Like the dog was right there. She could have just said hi, but she didn't know. Hi, Vin.
I'm on camera. Hi, friends. I'm awesome. Go subscribe to me, Danielle Equestrian.
Hey, it seems like I should check in and see how you're doing. How is your life going? Are you moving north soon? Can you tell me? It's hard to talk to you when you won't talk to me. I'm on the outside. Are you mad because I could so easily open the gate and let you free? I'm not the bad guy in this relationship. It's him. I just want to let you go, let you run free with your friends. Oh, don't give me the sad eyes. You know I'm a sucker for the sad eyes. I know. I just want to let you go. This is Vitale. Vitale and I have been friends for a long time. I used to be really good at finding the spot on his neck that would make his lip do a funny thing. And since he moved away, I can't find the spot anymore. I can't find your spot, can I? But I love him. He's my favorite of the Frisians that are here. It's getting towards sunset and I'm gonna head home pretty soon. I just wanted to, before I got in the car, walk around and say hi and check in. It was just a great day. I got to the barn early and lessons were running a little behind, so just hung out with people and it was just silly fun, and people were talking and making fun of each other and in the kindest way, you know, as people that like each other. And I felt very at home and I felt very happy and it was wonderful. I changed into my new riding pants and my new shirt and people were like, oh, it looks really nice. And even if it didn't look nice, it made me feel confident enough to be like, cool. I like the crew of people I ride with very much. They're just, some of them are kind and some of them just lay into me, and either way it's okay. I feel like part of something, even if it's just a mixed-matched group of people that lesson together and wear corgi belts. It's fun. It's really special to me. We've taken to calling Vinny the Italian stallion right now. He is neither Italian nor a stallion, but it's just become kind of fun to call him that. And we had our lesson. It was really great. It was the four of us, and then there were other people in the ring too. We started on poles, and then we did some jumps, and we did courses, and that was great. We had a solid lesson. I didn't see anybody that I didn't want to see today. We had the barn party this afternoon, so after our lesson and before the party, we all got to talking about going back to Mary's, you know, the tack and feed store. I took two of my barn friends, and we went, and it was the same sort of chaotic madness that it was the other day in terms of, I don't know, it just became this battle to the one that was riding in the front. I put on her seat heater before we left and to see when she'd notice. And in the course of driving, she noticed, then tried to put on my seat heater, then tried to turn up the stereo and tried to put the window down. So I locked the window, but then she was fighting the window lock. It was just silly, just dumb, silly fun. And it was really fun. I had a really good time. There are quail up here. Hold on. I gotta see if I can show you the family of. If I get up and move, I'll scare them away, but. All right, that was pretty cool. So we did the drive to Mary's Tack and Feed and looked at saddle pad. And then after that, we went back to Panera. And I mean, Panera's good. You know, the food's good, but it's expensive. I got a grilled cheese and a Diet Pepsi. And it was like $12. That's too much for a grilled cheese. Grilled cheeses are good, but they're not that good. But it was interesting because they asked me more questions. You know, they asked me questions about my breakup and my divorce. You know, they were like, so, you know, have you dated anyone else? Have you had any one-night stands? And I was like, you guys. And then I was like, no, I haven't. I said, a breakup like that really sucks. You know, I tried to explain it a little. And then I talked about, you know, I sort of let the cat out of the bag in terms of sort of how I appreciate them, in that everyone else is really nice to me and kind of gentle in the process, and they're just, you know, they kind of let me have it. And they're like, yeah, but you know we love you and blah, blah, blah. And it was a nice moment. It was just sort of recognizing, oh, sorry, the quail are now coming over to the wet cross ties to sort of drink. Oh, I really want to show you pictures. It was just good. It was just a moment of sort of like appreciating what is, and that was nice. And I realized things like this don't last forever. I'm important because I have a license and can drive them to Panera. And at some point, you know, they'll get licenses and won't want to drive around with me, and that's totally fine because that's human and normal. But in the moment that it happens, like in the moment of now, it's cool and it's special, and you know, they benefit from it and I benefit from it, and I just feel a little more human and connected with people, and it makes getting through each day easier. It does, you know, just to have a connection with people, to have this thing that we all love to do. And we were talking about that too. They were talking about friends wanting to hang out, and they're like, yeah, no, I go to the barn after school. And I was like, it's the same with me, you know. When I'm done with my day, I go to the barn because there is no because. You know, what's good about this is everyone gets it. You don't have to explain. Like when people are like, why do you go to the barn? You can try and explain it to people that don't get it, but what's special about the people that do get it is you don't have to explain it. You're just compelled to come here. You just like to be here. Going to the barn after school is just a matter of fact. Like, of course you go to the barn. Where else would you go? The end. And that's pretty cool. There's a girl here that I like. I was just about to leave because no one's at the barn, and then she was there and I saw her and I was like, oh, I like her. And at the barn party today, I sat next to her for a while and we were talking. She's demoing her kitchen and she's redoing like stuff in her house. Yeah, I like talking to her. I don't know that there's like instant chemistry or anything, but I think she's nice. And people are like, oh, Ken, you know, you and her. And I'm like, sure, you know, but I don't know how to go about it. I don't know how to make those bold moves right now. I'm weird. I use the excuse that, you know, sometimes relationships go that way. You know, she was like, oh, you know, yeah, I know that. And she told me a little bit about her, you know, so we made a little bit more of a connection today. I don't know what any of it means. She has a really positive energy. I like her energy very much. You know, when she meets you, she repeats your name. When she sees me, she says, hi, Ken. Whereas I'm a chicken and I always say just hi to people because I don't use first names because I'm a chicken. I don't know if that'll go anywhere. I just, you know, you just get a feeling and it's like, she's cool. She did keep saying like, we're doing this and we're doing that. So I don't know if she meant she and the contractors or she and her boyfriend. She at no point mentioned her boyfriend. She at no point mentioned a significant other. Her kitchen's getting demoed and she's not gonna have a kitchen for a month. And I feel like, I don't know if I right now, if I just missed a chance. She was talking about like, she's making all these meals so that she and her microwave can cook dinner. I don't know if that was my chance to be like, hey, do you wanna get dinner sometime? If that was my chance, I just blew it. So that sucks because I'm not a bold moves guy. I see her pretty often. You know, like I'll be up here Tuesday for a lesson and she'll probably be around. You know, I think there's a chance that I could invite her out to dinner. You know, the chicken part of it is, what if I do that and she's like, no? Then it becomes awkward at the barn. Or maybe not, I don't know. Maybe it's just the confidence with which you do things where I'm at right now. I kind of like her. In the conversation today, she asked if I had kids and I was like, no. Which is weird because we talked about that the other day, so maybe she just doesn't remember. She loves dogs, doesn't have a dog. Her horse takes up all of her time. So I'm gonna go home now and do some of the paperworky, legal things that I have to do that I don't want to do, and then I imagine I'll probably fall asleep. At lunch today, when they asked if I had gone on any dates or had one-night stands, it's such a weird thing to talk about because I think they just want the sensational part of it. Like, it's not appropriate for me to be like, no, but I really want to. Like, I really want to find someone. Like, that's not the tone of the conversation. It's strange making videos that are all about me. Because sometimes it's truly about me, the person, and sometimes it's about, like, me, the character. Like, I hope it's a me that you can relate to. My me is relatable to your version of you. It's more of a universal me. This is what it's like to be human in this experience. I hope that comes out. My hope is basically that when I talk to you, I'm as honest as I possibly can be. I'm not playing up to the camera. I'm not trying to be sensational. I'm trying to tell you a true story. It would be fun if I could name everybody's name. If the cast of characters that are all the players in my life could be relatable. You know, I could talk about my students and each one could be a character and you could be like, oh, I've heard of him before or I've heard of her before and she's the one that did this and that. But I can't. Or, you know, I could talk about, when I talk about like talking to a friend on the phone, it would be nice if I could tell you who that friend was. There's just more meaning that, you know, when I talk about talking to a friend, you never know if it's the same friend as I've talked to another time. You don't know whether I have lots of friends or very few friends, but I need to keep it purposefully vague. And I hope that does make it a little more relatable. It doesn't matter how many or few friends I have, it's the fact that there's somebody that I can talk to. And I hope that if you're going through something painful, that there's somebody you can talk to and count on. That when you're in need, you can reach out and someone will answer the phone and somebody will talk to you and care about you. And it doesn't matter how many or how few, as long as there's somebody. And I've leaned on people hard, and I will forever be grateful for them. And I can tell now the relationship is shifting. I'm not as desperate. They're not as afraid that I might do something extreme. And I would see, there was never a chance that I would do anything extreme. I would never hurt myself. But I think there was probably fear that I would. But I know at my core I wouldn't. But I think the fear of that in friends is a really powerful motivator to make them check on you all the check on you more, and just call because or text because. The lesson I take from that is, if you're on the other side of that, caring about somebody, don't let it just be fear that's the motivator. Let your caring, let your curiosity be. If you know somebody's going through something hard, if you know somebody is suffering, check on them. And if you think oh, they're probably over it, check on them. Send them a text. Just let them know that you're thinking about them. I just did that right now with a former student. She's a rider and needed surgery and hasn't ridden for a while. And I was at the bar and I was like, I wonder how she is. So on Snapchat, I just sent her a message and was like, I was just thinking about you. How are you? How's your recovery? And she wrote back she told me what she's up to and said that it meant so much that I was thinking about her. It took so little effort. I think the message is, if you get that impetus, I wonder how that person is, just do it. Don't put it aside. Don't wait till later. I think we need to be as kind to each other as we can, and as thoughtful and as empathetic and as sympathetic. We just need to be good to each other. I think we need to lead by example. I think people are good, and you see it when disasters happen. The outpouring of donations, the outpouring of people being willing to give blood, give money, give time, fly to a place to do good. And then it tapers. Just do it. Whatever it is you want to do, or you feel like you should do, or what feels right, do it now. Don't let there have to be some big event. You always hear that about calling your parents or talking to your relatives, but it is pretty much that. Don't wait. Do it when the idea strikes. And don't think you'll regret it. It would be nice to meet someone that likes horses, because I like to be there. And I've been thinking about that. What if I met somebody who didn't care about the barn or horses at all? I would feel torn between wanting to hang out with that person and going to the barn. I'd like to think that the people there that I care about so much, they're not a supplement for a relationship. They're great people. Whatever it is, I'm lucky in the now. And somebody, my little barn friend, actually told me today that I looked like Joseph from Behind today. Joseph is the dressage trainer who makes YouTube videos, who I really like, and there's no secret that women think he's attractive. So I was like, thank you! That was the nicest thing you could have said to me. And she didn't get it. She didn't get why. But it was still kind of funny. So take the compliments where you can. Alright, I'm going to go up and see that little dog and see what kind of time lapse I got. If something eventful happens, or if I think of something I want to tell you, I'll see you back here. If I don't, I'll probably see you back here in the morning on my way to school. Relationship-wise, I got a few more hurdles to get over, and I think I'll be glad to get over those. And then we see what comes next. I think dividing up the stuff will be okay. It's awkward. She wants the tent and the cooler, which is weird. It's just weird. And the fact that I don't understand it and I don't understand her makes me not want to give it to her because I don't understand. And that's dumb. I haven't used the tent in some time. And realistically, I don't think I will be using it anytime soon. And the Yeti cooler is really nice, but the truth is the inside's pretty small. For the size that the cooler is and the weight of it, it's pretty small internal space. It's okay. I'm not obsessed with coolers, and I don't have a need to keep stuff cold like that. I'm gonna go upstairs. I will see you soon. Thank you for hanging out with me and listening, and I don't know, if we talk in the comments, commenting, and I'll try and comment back, I guess. I don't know. I'm just blabbling. I'm just babbling. I'll see you soon.